Yes, it is. Yeah, so the Mets won tonight, 8-7. They beat the Braves. They eclipsed the Braves. Get that? Sort of the thing with the the eclipse and all that. But before we get into this, let me just give this a sec because I realized yesterday that when I did the video yesterday that I didn't have my intro. So let's sort of just wait. But please hit the like button if you're watching. I'm not gonna do too long of a stream because it's late. These games in Atlanta tend to be long games. That's why it gets to be real tiresome. It gets to be real tiresome when the Mets go down there and they're getting their asses kicked. The Morph Man evolves. How you doing there, Morph Man? I haven't seen you in a while. How are you? How are you? So just wait for a couple more people to come in here. I wanted to come on early. I was trying to get the box score up on my computer here, and it's just took me a couple minutes to finally find it. It came on right after the game. But Mets won 8-7. Coming in for the first time, please subscribe, like the video. I do talk to the chat, so if you want to talk to me with respect, I will treat you with respect. But you gotta treat the chat with respect. And everybody else. Hello, Julio Top Notch. How are you, sir? Good to see you. So the Mets pitched Julio Teheran tonight. But Morphman says, I'm great. How do you feel about this Mets team? Think we can turn it around? Well, one step at a time. Let's take it one day at a time. They had a lot of fight in them tonight, which was great to see. And the manager, it was getting awfully tight there at the end of the game. But Julio Teheran pitched tonight. You can tell he hadn't pitched in a while. He hadn't pitched since March 23rd. 8 days, and that's 2 weeks. He hasn't pitched in 2 weeks, so it's no surprise that he kind of ran out of gas in that third inning. He pitched. He looked pretty good. He looked very excited to be here with the Mets. He looked like he was going to do. He was good, and then he started losing command of his fastball. He's falling behind the count. He gave up that home run on that first pitch to Ozuna. I hate that guy. Can't stand that guy. And the Braves fans, they clap him, they cheer him. And between his, whatever he's doing at home and his they sort of turn a blind eye to it. Hello, Richard Zucker. Teheran was being squeezed from the third inning. I went, well, that point was kind of weird. Greg Zeman, great win tonight. I thought Teheran looked better than the stats. Mark Marinello. Nimmo had a game. Glad to see him break out. We'll talk about him in a couple minutes. But the Met bullpen was really good tonight. I mean, it has been very, very good. To be honest with you. But Teheran, I would mention again, foul player. Yeah, I mean, I don't have to work tomorrow. I'm going to get a video up for you tomorrow during the day. I don't know what it's going to be about yet, but I'll have something. I always come up with something. And then I'll probably have a live stream after tomorrow's game, too. And try to get as much on here as I can. I don't think Thursday's going to happen. I don't know what I'm doing Thursday. I had something big going on that I got to sort of take care of. But I'm going to try to do as many live streams for you. Every game if I can. I'm going to do a lot of shorts, too, on this channel. I want to really grow the channel. I know shorts is the way to grow it. But Teheran pitched okay, and then he kind of, he lost command of his pitches in the third inning. I mean, I kind of saw that. He was falling behind the count, and he gave those 2 walks, but really, and I would mention, Mets walked a lot of batters in this game tonight. That has got to stop. That's a big problem. That is a big problem. Mets walked 7 batters tonight. And I guess 2 of them scored. I think they said it was 4 leadoff batters were walked in the game to leadoff innings, and 2 of them scored. You cannot win with that kind of production. It's impossible. Now, we got some unsung heroes in this game. The Met bullpen was the unsung heroes. Reed Garrett came in. He calmed that game down. because they were down by 4-0 in that game in the third inning. And I don't know about you. I don't know about you folks, but it seemed like the same game over and over and over when we got to that third inning. And Garrett really he shut the door. He's pitched really well since the Mets called him up. Pitched 2 1/3 innings, struck out 5, gave up 1 hit and 2 walks. From Mark Marinello. Can't wait to hear what the Coconut Head has to say. That guy, is he like an idiot? I didn't mention in my video on earlier, but he had suggested that Francisco Lindor should stop hitting left-handed. The guy's just a complete buffoon. I thought the Spaz was a dummy. And if you go on WFN, I'm sure they're doing another live stream. I'm sure the Spaz is doing a live stream talking about this game. But they do it on that Odyssey app. So they have no relationship with you like I do. Now, before I forget, hit that like button. Let's get to 10 likes in this live stream. Need 2 more likes. Helps get the video out. So I'm probably do a lot of these videos just for you on the app. So I'm probably not going to do too many StreamYards. Because I'm finding it does a lot better than it does on StreamYard. They brought in Cole Susser. I did a short on him and a video on the Prospect Hut. They called him up after they met. They sent down, the hell is his name? Doesn't matter at this point. Garbage in, garbage out. Ramirez, Johan Ramirez. They sent him out of here. The Bullpen says ESPN.com bashing the Mets. So this is the thing that these guys don't get. The reason sports talk is failing in cities is because nobody wants to hear their local team getting bashed. And it's the reason why ESPN is a failure as a radio station, because they lost their FM dial and they got a guy like Michael Kay there. And he's just a jerk. Complete total jerk. Jake Diekman came in the game. He didn't pitch great. Got to keep an eye on him. I'm not too impressed with him so far. Boondock Bronny says, I see what you did with the title baseball hut. Yes, there was a thing that happened today, the eclipse. We didn't have a total eclipse here in the city. I know it's really amazing up there in Buffalo and up in Niagara Falls and Maine and a couple other places. Drew Smith. I'm not the biggest fan of his, but he pitched gutty tonight. He was having a very difficult time putting batters away. He threw 31 pitches. He's going to go down as a guy that saved the bullpen for a night. He's probably not going to pitch again until Thursday, so they'll give him a couple of days off. But throw 31 pitches, and it was funny. He was getting ahead in the count on a couple of these guys, and he just couldn't put them away. But he got through it, and he struck out 2 batters in the inning. And that was great to see. He did a very good job. It was a very, very gritty, gutty game that he pitched. And then Jorge Lopez came in, and I was getting nervous. Because I know from when he pitched with Baltimore, the results were not always great. And I was getting very nervous in that ninth inning. He gave a run. Didn't walk a batter, which is good. And obviously, Tyrone Taylor had another good game. He made a big play in the ninth inning. I thought that ball by Ozuna was going out. I don't know what you think, but that's how I thought, Let's see. Let's go through the lineup a little bit. So, Brandon Nimmo, who had gotten off to such a slow start, had 3 hits coming into the game. He had 4 hits tonight. He's now hitting 212. That's how quickly, early in the season, you can have a big game and turn it around very quickly. He walked once. He had 5 RBIs, 2 home runs, 2 runs scored. He had a great game. I love that guy. I don't know about you folks. I don't care what anybody. I don't care what the Coconut Head says about Brandon, that he's a fake hustle guy. Give me a fake hustle guy like him anytime. He reminds me so much of Gary Carter. He really does. And he's tough late in the game. Quite frankly. I mean, Now, Francisco Lindor had 0 for. That's how he is. He's just a guy that gets off to. And the suggestions is oh, he should stop giving up left-handed hitting. I don't want him. I'd rather have Anthony Volpe. I mean, crazy. Nothing against Volpe, but Lindor has done it. Volpe wants to do it. Okay, and Lindor has been a Platinum Glove winner. He should have won the Gold Glove last year. Nothing against Dansby Swanson, but we saw how great Lindor was last year defensively. He's gone off the slow start, but he's a slow starter. Now, Pete has not played well. Pete went 0 for 4 tonight. He didn't have a walk in the game. He scored a run, which was a big run. It was the first run of the game. He struck out 3 times. He did not have a good game tonight. That's the one thing I can tell you. And he's had a terrible road trip, but this is how it is during the baseball season. You're going to get these kind of stretches, and Pete hasn't gotten hot yet. Once the weather gets a little bit warmer, the ball starts to carry a little bit more, he's going to get hot. Alvarez went 0 for 5. He made a great play on that ball that got past him. Do that run around at second. I couldn't believe that. Brett Beatty is continuing to play well. I'm so happy he's playing well. I know I was very critical of him last year, but he's looked great. He's looked great with the bat. He's looked great defensively. His overall attitude's been excellent, and I'm very pleased that, I'm not one of these people that gets mad if I criticize a player and he does well. I'm happy when they do well because that means the Mets are winning. The Mets are doing well. And he went 3 for 5 times in 333. It's great. Very happy for him because he's playing really good defense. He's not using his face to catch the ball anymore. Thank God. Let's see. Starlin Marte went 1 for 5. He's been okay to start the season. DJ Stewart, who is on the bubble, as you know, because JD Martinez is probably going to come back, probably the next series. He had the big home run in the what inning was that? In the 8th inning? In the 8th inning, I think, and put the Mets in front to stay. So he had a great at bat, and as soon as he hit that ball, knew it was gone. Jeff McNeil, he did pretty good tonight. Let's see. I gotta say, I'm not a big fan of this Joey Wendell. Okay. Not too impressed with him. Fulton Exion says, excited for Lindor to turn it around. Always love seeing him hot. Yeah, we want to see him play well. We want to see all the Mets play well. We talk about a lot of negativity here, but to see the Mets play well tonight, and they've won 4 out of 5 games. So they won 4 out of the 5 games after that lousy start. And as you know, WFN's still complaining. Tyrone Taylor had a big play in that 9th inning. I thought that ball that Ozuna hit, I thought that was going out. And he made a great play by this, by the short porch that they have there, that short fence in left field. He made a great play on that ball. He's a good player. I like what I see from that guy. That guy can hit. He can play. He's a baseball player. That's a guy who does a lot of things well. And you need guys like that. Go through a couple things. I can't believe that Jake Diekman got the win in this game. He didn't pitch great. I wouldn't have given him the win. And why they gave him the win. Jorge Lopez got the saves, Fallon, Exion says, do you expect JD and Vientos to get brought up together? Or does Vientos still need some rounds and AAA? Well, JD's going to be here soon. It's either going to be one of the... Vientos isn't going to come up. I think they're trying to get Vientos' value up. I think that's why they're playing him in the minor leagues, get his defense squared away. I don't know what his future is with this team now, Vientos, to be honest with you. I think at some point they're probably going to move him for something they need later down the road. And he has nothing to prove in AAA. I know the Mets told him that he needed to refine some things, particularly his defense at third, but offensively he has nothing to prove down there. So I don't know if he's coming back. Be honest with you. Martinez will be here very soon. I know that the fan will complain about him not being here. Nobody else is complaining about it. I'm not. I don't want to see him get rushed and hurt himself playing here. Then take his time, and that's that. You know. But I don't see Vientos here long term now. I thought he would be, but I don't see that now. I don't think they're really all that enamored with him. I like his swing. I think he's going to hit 25 homers in the big leagues. But that's just my opinion. From what I've seen, his bat is fast. The ball travels really far. But I don't know how long he's going to be in the organization. That to me is a situation that is gonna come to a head. Braves offense, just looking at it. The only guy's not playing well is Ronald Acuna Jr. All these numbers are incredible. He's 883 OPS. Austin Riley 797. 84. Marcell Ozuna 1091. Michael Harris III 1064. Arcia, who's a jerk, 1003. Travis d'Arnaud 602. It made me feel warm inside when I saw that Travis d'Arnaud made it out in this late in the game. Because he was a guy here with the Mets, and as you know, that guy was one of the most frustrating guys to watch hit every night. Because he was a guy that has all this talent, but it always seemed like his bat was so slow. Then he eventually finds his way to the Braves. He just beats the hell out of the Mets. And I'm like, how did that happen? You know, and the Mets get criticized for letting him walk. You know, but they released him after he had some injury. Of course, he went to the Dodgers, then he went to the Rays. Robert Wilson, hope you enjoyed tonight. It's going to be a long year for you. Okay? It's a long year anyway. Robert. I'm assuming Robert is a scumbag. I mean, is a Braves fan. You know. I'm assuming. I hope that somebody starts investigating all the cheating that's going on down there in, quote unquote, that's going on down there in Atlanta in particular. I hope somebody investigates that at some point. Because this attitude that seems like the Braves, when you don't pitch the Braves inside, they always kind of have an idea of what pitches are getting thrown. And so far, they haven't hit any Mets in this series. They didn't hit any Mets tonight. I noticed, folks, that the Mets are not getting hit as much as they had been. And I wonder why that is. I know it's Charlie Morton, even though he had lousy stuff, he wasn't hitting anybody tonight. You know. He wasn't hitting anybody tonight. Had 5 walks in the game. He didn't look great tonight. Before you go, if you're leaving, coming in, and you're watching, please hit the like button. And, of course, subscribe to the Baseball Hut. Yeah, this bullpen for the Braves, they did a lousy job, you know. Minter gave up a run. Johnson gave up 3 runs. Jesse Chavez, I'm sick of seeing that guy. This guy should retire. Mark Marinello says, do you think we'll see Mike Vassell or Christian Scott in the rotation this season? Yeah, there's probably a good chance of it. What the percentages is, it's hard to say. I mean, aside from a start here or there, the Mets starting pitch has been pretty good, you know, so tonight wasn't that great because obviously I want to see Teheran get into a rhythm here. That's the one thing about Teheran is that Teheran has to get into a rhythm. He's got to get his feet under him because, like I said, he's been pitched since March 23rd. It's a long time. So that's going to take a little bit of time for him to get himself righted the next couple of weeks, you know. But he's not a long-term solution. I mean, we know that. Vassell will be... I mean, Christian Scott... Hey, did you see this thing in Brooklyn? Calvin Ziegler, who's been sort of sitting on the sidelines for like 2 years, um, hasn't pitched in 2 years. Had a big game last night. He struck out 9 batters in 4 innings. Gave 1 run, didn't walk anybody. He looked great. And Jonah Tong, who's a guy, I think he's in St. Lucie, I think. Um, LGMU says, you think Julio Teheran might be better next game? Maybe. I mean, it's hard to say, Got to see how much he has left. Obviously, he's not the guy that was pitching for the Braves years ago. And he pitched great last year for the Brewers in his first 7 starts. And then he didn't pitch so great after that. He sort of got creamed, He's here just to keep the seat warm. Hopefully, McGill will come back. I'm starting to think that maybe here's the thing about Tyler McGill is I don't know if he's long term as a starter. The guy can't stay on the field. He's got really good stuff, but he just can't stay on the field. You know what I mean? So I wonder if Mets might be better off putting him in the bullpen long term. But can he handle it? I don't know. JP says, I wish Ohtani stayed on the Angels instead of going to the Dodgers. Well, the thing about I'm sure a lot of Dodger fans are wondering, what are we doing with this guy? This guy is a jerk. And I did a video on him. I think it was Saturday, and it was doing okay when I first did it. But it is going crazy. It's going viral. LGMU. Would David Peterson be a good starter when he comes back from the injury list? I don't know if he's going to be on the staff, Peterson, particularly in the starting staff. And he has sort of a flexibility with him because he's been pretty good in the bullpen. I don't know where he is long term here either. He's kind of in a weird spot. He's coming off a very significant injury with that hip. You have a hip injury. And how old is he? 27 years old. And he's got a hip injury. You don't normally hear about 27-year-olds who have bad hip. I don't know his long-term prognosis is as a starter here either. He's another guy that's on the bubble. The worst thing that could have happened to him was he got hurt. He had that injury. TFX 121. I hope Diaz is available tomorrow. I would say so. I mean, they use these guys. They basically burn some of these guys for tonight for tomorrow. Sussel's not going to be available. They might send it back down. Who knows? Garrett's not going to be available. Maybe they can bring Diekman back. But Drew Smith's definitely out for tomorrow. Maybe they bring in Lopez tomorrow. He only threw 18 pitches. But I would think that Diaz will be available. It was a little hairy that night, I got to say. I was getting very nervous with Lopez. Think about Lopez. His numbers are not great in his career. So I was very surprised that Mets signed him. But so far he's been okay. But it was a little hairy tonight. Excuse me, very very hairy. To be honest with you. Now tomorrow Adrian Hauser's going to go. I have not seen him yet. I wasn't able to see his start. I'll be able to see his start tomorrow. I'll be back again tomorrow on a live stream. Like I said, I'll have a video during the afternoon. I think. I don't know what it's going to be about. I got to figure that out by tomorrow. That video will probably go up by the middle of the afternoon. I'm home tomorrow. And there'll be plenty of videos on the other 2 channels. Just going to kind of wait for that other video, that Ohtani video, to sort of slow down. And I'll have something on there. And WFN is always so wonderful. They give me such great content for me to make fun of. Randy Fernandez, how's going to go 5 innings, give up 3 runs? Okay. He pitched really well his last start, his first start. So I want to see how he pitches. That trade has turned out. I don't even remember who the Mets traded to get those guys. Who's pitching for Atlanta? Oh, man, I forgot who it was. Got who's pitching tomorrow. They flashed it before, but I was more interested in who the Mets were pitching tomorrow. Mark says this, Otto and Diaz should be good to go tomorrow. How's the pitch well on his first start? Right. Yeah, they'll all be back tomorrow. Those guys will be back, and Raylan will be back. They used the back end of the bullpen tonight, except for Drew Smith. Drew Smith is like in the middle, and he always makes me nervous. And I was so happy he got out of that 8th inning. That's another guy I was thinking, oh my God, this guy's going to give up a home run. It didn't happen tonight. Mendoza pushed all the right buttons, and there's always the right buttons pushed when you get a good result. When you don't get a good result, then people get mad. Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Ronaldo Lopez, right? Yeah, Ronaldo. Greg Zeman says Ronaldo Lopez for the Braves. That's right. That's right. That was the name I saw. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. But again, I'm trying to get as many live streams in after the games as I can, and there are gonna be shorts coming up. I did a short on that Ramirez move they made earlier. I'll have some videos on there and stuff for you to chew on. But this was a good win tonight. It's not a statement win. It's just a game in April. LGMU says Shintaro Fujinami should get some innings. Why? He didn't pitch. Why? He walks a lot of batters. I mean, he throws really hard, but he needs to get that control on the underhand. On the control. He's got his command under the control. He throws really hard. He's got good stuff, but you can't throw strikes. You cannot have guys in the bullpen that are walking batters. And tonight, the Mets got very lucky because they walked 7 batters, but so did the Braves. A couple other things to look at here. The Mets struck out 12 Braves tonight, and the Mets struck out 8 times. So the Mets did not strike out as much as the Braves. That's interesting. Let me look at this lineup a little bit. Travis d'Arnaud struck out 3 times. Jared Kelenic, he struck out 3 times. Matt Olson struck out 2 times. Marcell Ozuna struck out 2 times. LGMU says if they can, I guess this is Fujinami, if they can give him some innings on some bad teams, the Mets they can help him. It's not about, you can't have this sort of attitude of developing a reliever. If he can't throw strikes, he's not a major league pitcher. It doesn't matter who it is. If he can't throw strikes, can't command the strike zone, you're not going to win the game, and you're not going to be able to win at bats, and you're going to be able to win matchups. It's impossible. And you don't do that in the major leagues. You do that in the minor leagues. Missy Pora says, big win tonight at Hut. It's an April win. With all due respect, it's just a game in April. And I saw that tweet you posted earlier. It's not a statement win. Far from it. Randy Fernandez says, is JD Martinez coming back tomorrow? He and Marte have great numbers versus Lopez in their career. He will be back, Randy, but he'll be back playing in St. Lucie. He's not ready yet. I think by Thursday, the Mets are going to go back to him and ask him how he feels. If he feels good, then the Mets will play him when they go back and come home and they play the Royals. And obviously Sunday is a big game Sunday because the Mets are going to honor Dwight Gooden. Nancy says, Braves have bullied us for so long, it's good to give them some of their own mess. Well, yeah, for one night. DJ Stewart, his career at Truist Park is 6 for 14, 2 home runs, two doubles. Interesting. Guess he sees the ball well down there. 2 home runs. That was a big home run that he hit. And I would mention he has options to go back to the minor league. So if the Mets decide to get him out of here, they could send him back to the minors. But I don't know what they're going to do with him if he has a couple more hits like this, because they're gonna play him again before Martinez is here. I don't know what they're going to do with him because he really doesn't have a position on the field. So I don't know what they're going to do with him as an aside. Because once Martinez is here, he's going to be the DH on this team. Yeah, so Adrian Hauser against Ronaldo Lopez tomorrow. And obviously, Hauser pitched 5 innings last time and gave up 1 run, I think. But, anyway, I want to thank you all for coming by. Thank you for coming on such late at night. I don't normally come on this late ever. But this game, these Braves games, they like watching Yankee games, Yankee Red Sox games. Take forever to play. Long at bats, can't strike them out. Constant walks, constant base runners. Well, you let me know what you think about this. And, of course, if you're watching on replay, watching on replay, leave some comments in the comments section. And of course, before I end this live stream, hit that like button so that it helps the video out and helps the channel out. Also, we have memberships here if you're interested in supporting the channel. You know, for Missy, we have the makeup of a good team. The bullpen is going to be the dividing factor if we stay in these close games. That's the best part of the Mets club is the bullpen. But you can't, like, and they got 14 games in like 2 weeks, and it's like, you know, it's tough. TFX 121, you were right about Vogelback. Well, it doesn't take a brain surgeon to figure that one out, TFX 121. He's a loser. And if you notice, the Blue Jays have not been playing well. That is not a surprise. Danielson, our bullpen is stretched thin. Don't have a day off till the 18th. Yes, I mean, the rainouts killed this team. Killed them. And killed the bullpen. Well, anyway, let me know what you think about this live stream. And, of course, please subscribe to the Baseball Hut. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll have a video tomorrow, too, and some shorts. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you later, and have a good night.